Konnichiwa, hello and welcome. This is NinjaZilla90 here, and today I will be reviewing the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Lord Drakkon figure, and I got some things to say about it, so let's get things started. And now, starting things off with the box, as you can see, this is a pretty cool looking box. We have a picture of Lord Drakkon fully suited up right there with a close-up of his face, kind of a mix between the evil green and white ranger, because this is an evil Tommy. We have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo right there, and it says Mighty Morphin Lord Drakkon. And of course we have the unmorphed evil Tommy head right there. And the side of the box we have another cool picture of Lord Drakkon right there. And the side of this side of the box is just the continuation of the front picture, and we have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo right there, kind of like a faded gray color, but it's still there. Bottom right corner we have the Hasbro logo. The back of the box we have a cool picture of the Lord Drakkon with the dragon dagger with the effect part in a cool looking pose, and of course we have attention. Technically a warning label letting you know, well, warning label right here, ages 4 and up, choking hazard, small parts not for children under 3, so yeah, technically letting you know that this is not Taco Bell, so don't try to chew this and swallow, because it's not going to go over so well. It's not food, it's not candy, so don't try to eat it technically. But anyway, that pretty much concludes it for the box. Now on to the figure. And now here we have the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Lord Drakkon right here before us in all of his evil ranger glory, because Lord Drakkon is basically an evil version of Tommy from an alternate universe. As you can see, he's kind of a mix of both the white and the green ranger. We see the white tiger headpiece with the dragon head crest on there, looking really cool. You also have a sort of a mix of like the Kiba power coin and the dragon power symbol put together, looking really cool. Although like I am running a bit behind schedule doing this review, because I was originally filming this yesterday, but I was demonstrating how to swap out the heads. And yeah, the neck joint broke and I had to fix it, but thankfully I got that fixed. Although I won't be swapping out the heads in this review, I will show you guys the head that it comes with, the swappable head that it comes with, but I just won't be swapping them out on my figures because, yeah, these neck joints can be brittle, and yeah, they are sort of design flawed, so I kind of realize why, Hasbro doesn't have the Power Rangers. Well, they're switching up to Playmates, so that's kind of why. But I still think these figures are so good overall. I would just be careful when swapping out the heads, and I do find some of the joints being a bit tight on some of them. Especially the right foot on my Green Ranger Shredder. That is, yeah. That's an issue I'll talk about later. But anyway, getting back in depth with this figure, as you can see, he has this green and gold shield he wears, kind of like a combination of both the dragon shield and the Kiba shield. He has his gold arm guards and shin guards with some green trim, looking cool. And we have all the his designs in there, and we also have some gold stripes in that armor. And we can see he has a red visor. And we have some fangs in the mouthpiece. That's molded. That's technically molded in, looking cool. Articulation now, I did have to use super glue in the neck, so the neck joint, the hinge, there's not a hinge in there anymore, it's just one piece. So we can't really nod his head up and down, but we can rotate it a full 360 and the opposite way. That's about it, but you're really not going to get much neck articulation out of that hinge anyway because of the shield on his chest. But anyway, arm articulation, we do have a butterfly joint swivel hinge, so we do have that butterfly joint action there, so you can move it forward and back inside the shoulder, although it's hindered by the shield on his chest, but we can move it back and forth nonetheless. And we can bring his arms up to do a T-pose like so. We can bring them back down. We have a bicep swivel as well, so we can swivel those biceps all the way around a full 360. Same is true with the other arm, so articulation is pretty much symmetrical. We have a double joint in the elbow right there, and we can bring it back down. And the same is true with the other arm. So double joint in the elbow, bring it back down. We do have a swivel hinge in the wrist, so we can swivel those wrists all the way around. And we do have a hinge, but I would be dead careful with that hinge because, yeah, these pegs that you use to peg in the hands, I'm going to show you real quick. I just hope I don't break anything. And this is why you have to be careful with them, because these pegs are like really thin. But yeah, just be careful. Okay, I got it back in. So anyway, torso articulation. Torso is on a ball joint right there at the top of the chest, so you can rock them side to side. We can rotate them all the way around like so. And we can rock them forward and back, and we can rotate them all the way around a full 360 and the opposite way. We do have an ab crunch right here, so we can lean them back about that far and forward about that far, but it's kind of stiff and it's clicky, so I don't know if I trust that too much. The leg articulation, we do have some. His hips are on ball joints, and yeah, that noise, that's my dad working in my older sister's room. Well, my oldest sister. We are doing some renovations, so that's where that noise is coming from. If you're hearing anything, doing repairs. But anyway, legs can spread out about that much. We can come back about that much. We do have a rotation at the top of the hips, so we can swivel them at the top of the thighs, like so. We have a double joint in the knees, so we can bend them back about that far. We can put Lord Drakkon on his knees if we want to, and we can bend them back forward. We do have a swivel at the top of the boot as well, so we can swivel that all the way around a full 360. We do have a hinge at the bottom of the foot, so we can point that foot forward for a roundhouse kick if we want to. And put it back. And that's about it for articulation. And now for his accessories. Let me go get them. And now for accessories, of course, he comes with his swappable unmorphed head out of the box. He also has 2 interchangeable closed fist hands, which I'm probably not going to be applying. And we have this cool effect part that you put on the end of the Dragon Dagger, his Dragon Dagger is in his little holster right there on the side of his belt. So what you want to do is pull that out, and we can see it has all the cool little finer designs that the Dragon Dagger should have. And you just put that in his hand like so, and yeah, and apply the effect part. There's a little slit in here somewhere that you apply to the right here. So I gotta kick it on that little slit and just put it on top of the Dragon Dagger like that, and there you have it. Or does it go the other way? I think it goes like this way, maybe. I'm not sure, but it works pretty cool, pretty good. Well, good enough to say the least. Although it's kind of a bummer this one didn't come with the Saba sword or the broken Saba. But I'm still getting tempted to get the Super 7 ones, because I'm kind of I don't know, but I don't know how much better the Super 7 figures would be. But rather not, you guys would recommend the Super 7 versions of these figures over the Lightning Collection. I don't know. I've heard some of the Super 7 Power Rangers figures, the joints were kind of tight. Although I've heard like a lot of positive things about their Godzilla line. The only thing about the I kind of think is odd about the Super 7 Ultimate Godzilla line is, why do they make them with swappable heads instead of articulated jaws? Makes no sense to me. That should be, the mouth should be able to open and close without having to swap out the heads with an open mouth head and a closed mouth head. That's kind of dumb, in my opinion. But anyway, getting back in depth with this figure, I think it's a pretty cool figure overall. I like it. Was it worth the slight markup? Yes and no. It's unfortunate that I had that mishap, and you know what? I'm just gonna show you guys. So, I'm not gonna put his other head on, but I'm just. Oh, okay, I got it off so I can show you guys exactly what happened and what I did to fix it before I end this review. Technically what happened when I just popped this head off, I know I should probably hit it with some heat, but this is super glued on. This hinge right here is now super glued on. When I pulled his head off to swap it out with this one, when I was originally filming this review, what happened is this piece right here cracked and it broke off, and yeah, the neck joint was inside the helmet, and yeah, I had to fix it back the best way I could with super glue. But it's not going anywhere. Right. It is solid in there. It is not going anywhere. It is stuck. So hopefully I can get this back on. Okay, I got it. So I just wanted to show you guys exactly what happened and how I fixed it. So, and so you guys know, if you're going to swap all the heads, make sure you use a hairdryer. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be swapping out the heads. I think I'm just going to leave them with the morphed helmet heads and not swap them out, because I'm not having another one to break on me where I have to, repair it and make modifications. And yeah, I know I lost like that hinge joint articulation, but the way he has that shield on his chest, it really didn't make that much of a difference anyways, so it's really not that big of a deal. But I think this is an overall cool looking figure. I like it. I think the Lightning Collection is is a good figure line, but I mean, it's not without its flaws. But I am starting to consider Super 7 for both Power Rangers and Godzilla stuff, so you know, that's just be on the lookout for that. And also, before I get into this, my final verdict with this figure, and how could I not mention this? The Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Shimu is about to drop. I know it's available on Calcus right now, but I'm not paying a markup just to get it early, so I'm gonna wait it out to where I could either get it from Big Band Toy Store or get it from Toys in a Box. And there's some other new Exquisite Basic figures I don't have that's readily available now, so I might check on those next month as well. But anyway, guys, with that said, it is now time for me to get into my final verdict. And now for my final verdict on the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Board Drakkon figure here. If I have to give this one a score based on detail, articulation, and playability, detail is good. I think he's overall accurate. Definitely well painted, although a few mishaps with the paint, because if I bring it up, you can see like how they accidentally got red by the mouthpiece where it should be gold on that gold trim. But I mean, it is what it is. But overall, I think the detail is good. Articulation is really good, although it's a bit stiff. You do kind of have to break in the articulation with these, so I'm gonna have to give it some leeway there. Playability, these figures do tend to hold together pretty well, so I'm gonna have to give it a pass on all three categories, although I'm gonna have to take points off for durability, since I did have the neck joint break, but I repaired it and it's staying together. You know, it's been staying together ever since yesterday, so I can definitely give it some leeway for that. So I'm going to have to give this figure a very fair but square, very honest 4.5 stars. Why? Because like I said, detail is good, articulation is good, playability is good, although I think the durability with these figures could be a bit better, so that's something that you definitely have to be careful with. That's the only thing I'm taking points off for is, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to add that as an extra category because yeah, the way the neck joints are designed, I don't think though that's too durable, especially if you're going to have it where you have a swappable head feature with these figures. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. That like the hinge mechanism to where it's like pinless and it doesn't like go all the way through, and like these figures are just like pressed together because you can see the seam lines. Yeah, that was a bad idea, Hasbro. You should have done better, or at least thought it through before going that route. But I mean, I'm just not gonna swap out the heads on these. That's it. Hopefully, if I do get into the Super 7 Power Rangers line, those are a bit more durable, and I don't have to worry about accidentally breaking off joints if I do swap out the heads. So hopefully, I don't know, but I'll see. I kind of do want to collect more Lightning Collection figures, but yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with durability right now, but I don't know. But you know, judging by the fact that there's going to be some new Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla stuff coming, I gotta say, because yeah. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will definitely catch you guys on the next one. like and subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps out this channel. And as always, stay safe, take care, God bless, and peace out.